We are now.
Oh, oh,
That 3-2-1. Every time I see it, it makes I think Contact from that old show, 3-2-1 Contact. Does anybody remember watching that show?
Yeah.
And
no.
they had the kids that were like detectives, the Bloodhound Gang. Funny enough.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to my.
I learned a neat trick on there. I learned a neat trick on there that I never learned in science class, and we used it when I was in college. They get locked up in this 18-wheeler, and there happens to be a pinhole, and they're like, "Look, if we can get a piece of cardboard or something just right to where that light's coming through, it'll shine a perfect mirror image of what's going on outside." And I'm like, "Horseshit," and they do it. Right. I explained this to my roommate, my sophomore year in college, and he's like, "That's horseshit." So what we did was we covered all our windows with foil and shit and made one little pinhole. And we can sit and watch everybody walking by our room all day long because it would cast that image on our wall.
Can I just say I really can't take the Bloodhound Gang seriously anymore ever since that group came out with You and Me, Baby. Ain't nothing.
Well, this was 3-2-1 Contact, not Mammal fucking.
Yeah. But that you got to admit that Mammal fucking song is pretty interesting. I mean, you know, they made money out of it.
It's catchy. It's catchy like a jingle, dude. Now that you've mentioned it, I'll be humming that motherfucker in my head for the next 35 minutes. Thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Much love.
Well, I can't find my shot glass, so when we go to do shots, I'm just gonna be crude and drink it out of the bottle. Sorry, people.
Hey, I got no problems with that.
We all shoot up our booze one way or the other. And if you got a shot with you, jump in. Hey, Patches, Martin.
I will actually.
Madam, always good to see you here. Hope you all are ready for a interesting night of.
Missed you the other night, Patches. You missed a good night too, Patches.
Yeah, you did.
We even got to go off on an asshole. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Different kind of asshole than these assholes though.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not gonna drink the whole thing.
All right. Cheers to each and every one of you.
Oh, I'm not asking you to drink the whole thing, not at once. We'll be staring at a blank camera and maybe your feet up in the air.
Can I I'm gonna bring up right now for those who, in case we forget this, there's a good chance that tomorrow night you may not be live.
Right.
Because you're scheduling. Right. And this weekend, hopefully we can get back to Daniel doing his live. And for those of you who are new or tried this one time and found out the hard way, not everybody has to do an entire shot every time their numbers hit on darts. If you don't drink like us, don't try to. Right. It can be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be bad.
I try to tell them even if you just sipping on Mountain Dew and want to participate, but who was it? Was it Foxbody, Chad? I think it was. He found out the hard way. It's not shots,
right.
And I had been wearing him out too.
Oh, Mitchell, yes, we do absolutely, Mitchell. I'm just saying, like, if we got a newcomer in and they come in the next day and they're like, "I feel like death eating a cracker and I might never drink again."
Yeah,
that break into it slowly. Right. Get a beer, a sip of beer. Here you go.
Maybe we should preface each live stream with that information because my first live stream, I didn't know, and I was just sitting here doing shots.
By the way,
my God,
Mitchell, thank you for showing up, buddy. I appreciate it. I know you're at work right now. I hope everything is going okay for you.
Yeah, sorry, Mitch.
And Mitch, go rewatch Saturday Night, Mitch. We even got to play the role of axe murderer.
Oh, geez, nice. So. How are you guys doing today?
That's
good. How are you?
We could talk about pet peeves. That would be a good way to get me started in how I'm doing today. I believe it'd be a good way to get Daniel started in how he's doing today. I don't know about you though. You got to tell us what's your pet peeve.
How was your day?
You know what? I will tell you my pet peeve, but I want to hear Daniel first.
Go for it.
Daniel needs to go first.
Look, y'all that know me know I'm a pretty easy to get along with guy, and I freaking the one. Funny enough, some of my pet peeves are legitimate, and some of them are nothing. Some of them are nothing. Yeah. Like I've mentioned to y'all before, Braille writing at a drive-through teller machine bugs me. Right? It probably shouldn't. But it really every time if I go to an ATM machine, it's one thing if I'm driving to it, but and every time I feel that braille under my fingers, and I'm like, now we've made some advancements in science, but fuck, I don't see many blind folk driving. I'm just saying.
Listen,
I'm
if
just
they
saying.
got it there, how come they don't put it on toilet seats? I'm just saying, right? Lift up here. So,
Yeah, but they put it on the signage on the door of
Right.
bathrooms.
If you're blind, how do you know where the sign is?
Well, you got to feel around.
That's my other pet peeve. The signs that say no shirt, no shoes, no service. What if I show up with just a shirt and shoes? Must you serve me if my wang's hanging out? And the other one is no pets allowed except for CNI dog. Who reads the sign? The dog?
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep.
I will say this about that. There
Go
is
ahead.
a lady. I don't know her. She's a friend of a friend.
Got you.
And she
Right.
has a not a service dog, but a
Support dog.
oh yeah,
CNI dog.
no, not a seeing eye dog, a dog that you have to have with you for
Support dog.
emotional support or whatever.
They're emotional support dog. That's actually what they're called.
She was such a big fake. She didn't need that. No, she didn't need it. She didn't need it. She just liked her dog and she liked to take it everywhere. So she went and bought it a little vest. And yeah.
Listen, to me, it baffles my mind. How the hell can you get away with bringing a goose on a plane and saying it's an emotional support animal? That happened. It was an American Airlines, and somebody brought a support goose on with them.
Mm-hmm.
What was in their Kool-Aid?
Have you guys ever watched Sebastian Mancuso? He's a comedian, Italian comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, he's got a whole bit on that. He's like, what is the deal with people bringing their peacocks on the plane? Because they're walking down the aisle, they got a big peacock on their head.
Okay, I got a question because we're all of a similar generation, right? Let's go back to we're 14.
All right.
Okay. Come home from school.
Bad
Mom
times,
looks at you, whoever it is looks at you, and what's wrong? I don't even want to go back anymore. Why? They made fun of me. Well, you know what? You're going to go back. I don't want to. We'll get you an emotional support animal.
Right.
You know what would happen? First off, whining. If I had to emote something that was emotional or whatever to me, whining was not the way.
Oh, no.
Nobody in my family tolerated whining.
No.
You come to me like a human being and say, hey, I've got this problem. Whining, shut the fuck. What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you know what I'm saying? I come in with injuries from outside, shit be janked this way. Put some dirt on it. It'll be fine, man. Tomorrow, if you sleep on it just right, it'll be fine. No, it's like there's no crying in baseball. There was no whining in my house.
No.
Even if it was big, I had to come to them, or at least my mother. My dad couldn't give a shit. But my mother, I had to come to her rational. I couldn't just no, that wasn't fucking, especially as a dude. No, that wasn't happening.
I was like 5.5, 6 years old. Smashed my thumb. Remember them old metal gates that had the swing on, and then the it would automatically, the thing would lift up and clasp on there. I smashed my thumb in it. I was like 5. It hurt, right? Whatever, right? So I was upset, and I'm going, I'm walking through the backyard, and my grandfather's like, what's wrong? I go, oh, Grandma. He goes, what's wrong? I go, I smashed my thumb. He goes, what'd you smash it on? He goes, let me see it, and I held my thumb out. And he stomped on my foot with his boot, and he goes, now your thumb don't hurt so bad, does it? Dude, whining was not an option in my house, okay?
My
Period.
God.
It wasn't, okay? So, yeah, that's how it went down in my house. You want to whine about something? I'll give you something to whine about. We've all heard that before.
That reminds me of my favorite story ever. I'm sorry. I got to tell this and I'll be right out of the way.
Go ahead.
If you've ever seen the movie Major League 2, there's this dude named, they call him Rube. He's supposed to be he's right. Thank you. I love those movies. But in part 2, they have this kind of big oafish one named Rube. And the guy, the pitcher, the wild thing he's not throwing very well. He's having some issues, right?
There's a
and he goes, and he look, and anyway, the bumpkin looks at him and goes, man, it's really okay. Look at it this way, man. You two Gavin,
see you later, bud.
One time my best pig, man, he fucking double barrel kicked me in the balls. Oh my God, it hurt. and it was just so bad. And then you know what happened? My mama died. And dude's looking at him like, the fuck, dude?
Right?
He said, I wasn't worried about my balls anymore.
Okay.
Damn.
So, all right, I'm gonna bring up this pet peeve. Okay, it's time because I've been holding on to this for over a month. This idiot in my town,
let it go.
Okay, comes and throws a U-turn over here, drops off his, where his kid is, and he throws a U-turn and he's driving 15 miles an hour behind. 15 miles an hour. There's a daycare on that street and there's speed bumps. So I was right behind him. Okay. And then he pulls over and lets me pass. Okay, thank you. And then I go up. I'm driving my kid to school. For those of you who don't know, my kid's autistic, right? And I pull up at a light and this guy pulls up next to me and rolls down his window and starts screaming and yelling at me that I was speeding through an area where there's a daycare. And then he threw his coffee cup out the window at my truck with me and my kid in it. Okay, now this asshole says I was speeding. Dude, I was behind you. I got his license plate. This dickhead's going to get it one of these days. Like,
see, you start bringing up driving, y'all know me. That's got a particular set of pet peeves.
There we go. Let's open the pet peeve door.
Whoa, before I get off on that rant, Dee was actually going to say something a while ago about one of hers, perhaps, or something.
Well, I was just going to say, and I would never condone bullying in school, but it's very different today than when it was when I was in school. Because you were talking about when we were 14, and in school. I was bullied in school.
Right.
And I would come home and I wasn't crying or anything, but, I was upset.
Right.
And my mom would be like, well, how was your date? And I'd be like, oh, whatever. And she'd be like, well, what happened? And so I would tell her how I was bullied. And she'd be like, well, buck up, buttercup. And it's
That's life.
But the difference is when I came home, the bullying was done.
Right.
At least for the day. Today, they've got internet and they've got social media and it just continues.
Right.
So I'm not condoning it by no means. It's just different than it was when we were younger.
And because of my upbringing, I'm in a weird place on that. And I hear the argument made for another particular hot topic issue that, see, it happens in nature. It's natural. Mm-hmm. Well, bullying, to agree, happens, and it's an integral part of toughening the skin to survive what's coming later in life. And that was one thing. My mom was the sweetest woman ever, but there were certain times in my life I was like, God, you hard bitch. But she was just trying to prepare me.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. What we call bullying now, there's this example I like to talk about, and I shouldn't because it's kind of close to home. But this girl wound up leaving school at 14 because she was called a name. And the ramifications of that, now that she's in her 20s, are of a certain way. And I'm not judging. I'm just saying. But a name. Just being called a name. Now, if somebody called me I don't know, I was hairy. I was like this shit, young. Somebody called me sassy. I mean, I'll put it this way, man. Me and one of my best friends, Josh, he had a big nose, and even I used to fuck with him. And he said something about my hair one day. I said, "Why is your damn nostril so big? Didn't your dad know to stop fucking your mama around 8 months? What?" That's how we handle it. And one thing that you knew was if somebody, now, when it gets physical, and it's a day in, day out kind of physical, that's a different thing.
Exactly.
Now, I had a different upbringing, and my girls got the same upbringing I did. If that motherfucker's going to get physical with you, you make that son of a bitch fucking pay for it.
Yeah.
Whether you win or whether you lose, that fucker's probably not going to mess with you anymore.
And Daniel, I'll agree with that story. Here's why. I had to wear a back brace for scoliosis, right?
Right.
And I got to 5th grade, and kids were picking on me, and so I didn't want to go complain to my grandma because she would go down to the school and light motherfuckers up, Right. So what I did was I figured it out how to deal with it myself. This little kid wants to be a bully and wants to demand all our lunch money and wants to threaten to beat my ass and stuff. Okay. So the next day he's asking for everybody's lunch money. He walks up and me and my friends are back there and he says, "Give me your lunch money." And they start to give it to him. I go, "Fuck him." And he's like, "What did you say?" "Yeah, I said, fuck you." And he goes, I will fuck your shit up. And I went, go ahead. So I put my hands like this. What did he do?
Right.
Hit me right in the stomach and busted his knuckles open on my back brace.
Great.
I looked at him and I said, there you go, motherfucker.
Hey.
I got suspended for
That's
it. He
it.
didn't.
Right.
If there's one thing I have learned, karma is a bitch.
Yep. The one time I ever,
Kenny,
the one time I ever remember, those of you that know, I didn't become a hellion to college. I was actually a good kid in school. The one time I got suspended from school, this girl that I'd grown up with, I mean, I'm talking about when we were like 3 years old, we used to toss a rock back and forth across the highway to each other. We grew up across the road from each other, right? She's dating this dude that's being abusive to her. This is, this is high school. And anyway, and all I actually said to her was, you don't have to deal with that. Anyway, so recess is on or lunch break, I can't remember. But I'm getting a Kit Kat out of the vending machine, and I feel tension on my shoulder, right? And I turn and look, and I'm not afraid. I was unconscious. Dude knocked me out. But by the time I come to, and they were breaking us up, he was in the vending machine. So even though this son of a bitch just walked up and sucker punched me, I got fucking suspended because when they got there, he was in, and I'm not gonna lie, I was out for, I don't know how long this fight lasted, but I mean, to me, it felt like an hour, but I'm sure it was probably maybe even the flash of a second, but I still wasn't aware yet. My point being is I did actually get the better of that experience, because later on that week, there's on Delaware Avenue where I live, it's a strip between the movie theater, which is no longer there, and Kroger's, which actually is no longer there. But kids would cruise, and there was two different crowds that hang out in those parking lots. And I walked up. He was sitting. He was in the passenger side of a car, hanging out in the parking lot. And I walked up to him, tapped him on the shoulder, and when he looked, I laid him cold. His guy went to get out of the car, and I said, "Hey, he had that coming." And they drove off, and that's the last altercation I ever had with that dude. But our school was even different that way. If you were a bully, our principal would take y'all down to the football field house, give y'all both some boxing gloves, and he'd tell the bully, all right, you gotta take this from him and let that motherfucker whip his ass. We just came from a different we would beat each other's freaking asses in and then be best friends after.
Same thing. My buddy.
Kenny, I have one question before you tell your story. Daniel, on that story you just told, how old were you? Did you say? Maybe you didn't say.
I guess I had to be. It was before 16, 17-ish.
Okay, so let's just say 16 for the sake of what I'm going to say.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What was funny about that whole story was that you freaking remembered that you were getting a Kit Kat.
Oh, that was my thing. There was only two things I got out of it.
Okay.
The chocolate donuts, which I actually hated, but once I ate one, I couldn't stop eating them if they were gone. And if they didn't have those, if they were out, because I usually bought them out, it was a Kit Kat. So.
Okay, and then that's fine. Okay, I'm sorry.
I can tell you what I was wearing, though. My memory from back then is exquisite. My memory from this morning, not so hot.
I'm just saying that with what Daniel said, I agree. Me and JP, we're best buddies. If me and him ever got into it, we'd fist fight each other, and then afterwards go buy each other a beer.
But you know what?
Dude.
That's how guys are.
Yep.
Having boys, I have learned that is how men are. Boys and men. They fight it out and then they're done.
Yep.
Right.
They're done and they're back to best friends.
Yep.
Women are not like that. Women will hold on to shit
for
grudges,
years. Years. And okay, so we're talking about pet peeves. Here's one of them. Women are my pet peeve. Because they do things like that. They hold on to stuff.
Kitsune, welcome aboard, bud. Good to see you, man.
You about to become Kenny's best friend.
Who is?
You
just tickled a particular nerve with him. Women hold on to shit. Kenny's like,
they do. They do.
Listen,
I am not one that does. You know what? I could have an argument with you today. Okay, Kenny, let's say you and I have an argument today. Tomorrow morning, we're back to being friends as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Right.
I can hold on to feelings really good, but after what happened with my mom, geez, I had to deal with that.
Yeah, I mean,
Rommel, welcome aboard, bud. Good to see you.
I
here.
mean, women just drive me crazy. They drive me crazy. And my
It-
sons, they want me to do a show on my channel about it so bad. And I'm like, you know what? That's a whole soapbox that would take 2 to 3 hours.
Right.
And I'm just
And-
not going to get on it.
Hey,
Jocelyn,
listen, just
Jocelyn
wait
and
till
I
you
are
get
like
1,000
that.
subs.
Jocelyn's not I mean, unless you wrong her, Jocelyn's one of the nicest people ever. But if you
She is.
and there's a line. There's a line. Some things
Mhm.
she'll forgive, but if you whatever her line for you is, once you cross it, that's kind of
My thing
well.
is,
She will hang on to stuff. Me, if I hang on to stuff, eventually I explode. It's not good for anyone. So
Yeah.
usually for me, if I just go ahead and lose my mind for about 30 seconds, it's over, and I'm back
But
to
that's
how
how
y'all doing?
guys are. That is how guys
well,
are.
because to me, why hold on to something that's going to eat you up? I
Robert?
realize that when you hold on to something, you're like, you could be mad at I could be mad at UD and hold it on and be all pissed off, and the only
Right.
person that's hurting is me.
Exactly. Now, not that I'm promoting books, but if anybody out there has sons that you are rearing, Bringing Up Boys is a very good book, and it talks in there about how men are you are wired that way. You are wired that way. You are wired to fight and then forget it, because that is how back in the day when we were I don't want to say savages, but back in like cavemen.
Well, look at a wolf pack.
That's what you did.
Solve the problem.
Look at a wolf
Exactly.
pack. Look at a wolf pack.
Exactly.
When one of the younger wolves challenges the elder
Yes.
wolf for a wolf
Yes.
pack, if they lose, they still have to go back to being a pack.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
You just said it perfectly. Yes.
But yeah,
So are we ready for another one of my pet peeves?
go for it.
Hit me. Then I've got one.
Oh, Kenny, we talked about this earlier.
Go
Uh-oh.
for it.
People, when you register your car, the little year registration thing goes in your lower right-hand corner of your license plate. It doesn't go all over the license plate.
Right.
I have actually not.
I don't want to pull up behind your car and count the years so I know how many years you've had the car.
This is why we might have to take a trip up to the Great Lakes to see said phenomenon.
Oh, no.
Wait. Now, I have actually never witnessed that. However, you've heard me make the statement all the time that everybody's a little OCD about something. How much of that pet peeve is on them and how much is on you? Because if I saw that, I would probably giggle and just think they're stupid and not think twice about it. But that obviously burns you up.
Oh, you have. Oh, you know what? Hunter, I live with my son, Hunter. Bless his heart. When he has to take me on errands.
Do you make it hard on him?
God bless him if he pulls up behind somebody that's got stickers all over their license plate, because I just go off. And he's like, Mom, let it go. Here's the thing. When you get your registration in the mail, okay, the envelope on the back tells you exactly how to do it. And for those that can't read,
it's got a picture.
It's got pictures,
right? And for those of you who are blind and still drive, it's probably got Braille.
I'm going to quote. I'm
that was great.
And full circle it comes. And full circle it comes.
I hate that. I mean, are people so stupid?
Oh, you want to know how bad it is out here? They used to give these when you bought a car and it didn't have a license plate or registration. They put a little number 3 sticker on the back and it's pink and white. And dudes would drive around with it until it's clear. You can't even see it.
Well, like
you're going to windshield wait, you don't put your registration on a license plate? Damn, what state are you in? Besides confusion. Sorry, Patches. You just confused me. They don't put it on the license plate. How does a cop know if your tags are good?
Now I got Phil Collins. Now I got a Phil Collins running through my head.
What's that?
In the heat of the night.
You said Land of Confusion.
Yeah.
You said, and it triggered. I'm telling you, my mind is always a soundtrack. Always.
I feel so bad for my sons when I'm in the car and we see that, because they know it's coming. They know I'm going to
look,
see it.
And I know that exact expression because we've already talked about some of the shit that I get pissed off at in public in our Discord. I might bring one or two of those up in here. But
You should.
even today, when I'm taking my mom to and from the doctor, my mother, some of the most, we got to go nowhere. I remember we were sitting there watching TV, and this commercial will come on, and did that girl have a mustache? And I'm like, what?
No.
I mean, or it could be
No.
these little, and I'm like, did you watch this? First off, I was watching that too, and I was like, I didn't catch that, but and it's because my mom sometimes she also, I mean, I inherited honest. Mom sometimes just needs to get her gruff out, and she will be looking for shit on a commercial, looking or the news or whatever show. I don't, why do they let girls wear that? I mean, she'll just keep on. Don't that shit piss you off? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Mama, I got enough on my mind.
Right.
Right.
If I let every little thing that I might not like piss me off that bad, I would have a heart attack and fall dead.
So
don't sweat the small shit, woman.
Yeah.
Y'all can call me
God.
Y'all can call me petty now because damn it, I ain't letting go of this one. You ready?
Oh, God.
Here we go. Drum roll, please.
Cheap people. My grandma was so cheap that we went to Burger King one time and she was like, I'll take a Whopper. Would you like cheese? No. I'm like, Grandma, I want cheese. I'm like, no. Grandma, I want cheese. I'm not paying 20 cents for a piece of fucking cheese.
Grandma, come on. Cheese on it.
So we go over, sit down at the table, and my grandma pulls out freaking Kraft slices of cheese and puts it on her burger right in front of me. I'm like, God damn you, Grandma. I swear to God, don't ever do this to me again. My wife tried that shit on me. No cheese. Bullshit. Pay for it.
I haven't done. We've done that in the movie theater, man. Pay for our tickets and pass up the concession stand. Get in there, man. We'd be loaded down with shit up in there.
Mm-hmm. I will not tell Kenny that I've done that. Sorry, Kenny.
Great.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That is also something she would do. I could perfectly see Jocelyn doing something.
Yeah.
Oh, well, to me, it was just like, so then when one time once I grew up and moved out of the house and stuff, I decided, hey, my grandma likes to go out. We used to go out every Sunday after church, right? So I knew where she wants to go. It's one of two places. It's either Sizzler or this place that has this really good pastrami sandwich, right? So we go there and my grandma says, well, let's just get a large pastrami and an order of onion rings and split it. And I'm like, oh, no, that's too much money. And so she's like, what? And I said, can we have a small pastrami and a small order of onion rings? And she's like, that's not going to be enough. I go, that's enough for me. What are you getting? And she's like, what? And I go, hang on, let me see if I got enough money for a piece of cheese in here. And she's like, damn you.
Oh. Dang.
You know what would have happened if you did that to my grandma? She would have laughed and said, "Ha ha, you got me."
Got me.
Yeah.
And then she'd have slapped fire from your ass.
Yes.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I said that to my grandma. My grandma walked me back to the table by my ear.
Okay, can I do another one?
Yeah, go
Sure.
for it.
Do we have anybody on here that lives in Wisconsin? I know Two Wheels is in Wisconsin. Is she on?
I don't know if she's here tonight.
Okay. If you're watching this podcast and you live in Wisconsin, I apologize. Let's say you go into a school and in the hallway you see, what is it called when you want to take a drink?
Huh?
The fountain.
Are you drinking?
Yeah, I have a glass of wine.
What are you laughing at?
She's got a glass of wine.
Tell her to drink with us.
Right now they used to use the term manwich.
Oh my God. If you know, you know. My wife is also having a drink, as it turns out.
Oh, we'll have a drink with us.
And apparently, and this is one of those, if you know, you know. Well, apparently it just referred to an event as the manwich.
Damn. Wait.
Oh, really?
Some of the people in here know what that means.
Rommel has to stop
Look at
naming the
that.
videos.
No, turn around. Well, then come back. Please, come give me a kiss.
That's not what you want. You want
I want a kiss.
You want to look
Look at your butt. It'd be a bonus.
He prefers that you back in to give him the kiss, though.
You're not wrong.
Aw.
Actually, that would have been sweet. I love
Yeah.
my wife. I love
I
my
know
wife.
you do. Okay, so sorry, I just had to text Hunter and ask him to come get me another beer.
If I try that to my wife, she's gonna be
Chop,
like,
chop.
"It's in the fridge, damn it."
I asked nicely. Could you please come? Anyway, okay, so let's say you go into a school building, okay, and they're in the hallway.
Right.
You want to get a drink, of water. Where do you go to get a drink of water? At a
Fountain.
Water fountain.
water fountain, drinking fountain, water fountain, whatever your part of the country calls
Right.
it. Okay. Here in Wisconsin, they call it a bubbler.
Oh no, a bubbler is what you smoke pot out of.
No, they call a drinking fountain a bubbler.
That would annoy me too, I think.
Oh, I try.
That would actually annoy
especially
me too, I
when
think.
you're in a store and there's a little kid and he goes, "Mama, where's the bubbler?" Oh, I just want to smack him because the water fountain was invented here in Wisconsin, and when it was invented, it was on the streets, and the air from down below would cause the water to come up and bubble. Hence the name bubbler.
They were using people's farts to get the water to come out
No,
from ground
it
level.
was-
Damn. Look, okay, listen. Let's
That
talk
would
about
irritate
engineering
me as
then.
well.
Oh, it's
Let's talk
so
about
irritating.
Okay. Next pet.
The
peeve.
one down here that was a big pet peeve for me, and luckily it was like tubular and dude and bruh and all other kind. Which right now,
No.
bruh is back. My daughters call me bruh all the time, and I'm about ready to kill them. But for a long time it was, oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Somehow-
old boy was
What?
talking to your girl. Old boy. Old boy was talking to your girl. Old boy was telling me you were doing this.
Somehow
Old
you-
boy.
Somehow you let a blonde surfer infect Mississippi. What happened?
Yeah,
But
That's what I'm wanting
old
to know.
boy,
Bruh, let's
old boy
ride.
is everywhere.
Bruh.
I was talking to old boy last night, and it was just you couldn't escape the word no more. It didn't matter if you were in fucking city hall in the middle of a legal case. Somebody was going to say "old boy," and I was like, "This has got to
that's
stop.
weird.
This has
Yeah, I
gotta
don't like
stop,
that either.
man."
Okay, Kenny, what was yours?
Next pet peeve. Why can't these people at the drive-through count change? You know, I go up. And
Oh my god!
I went up and I was like, it was $10.91, and they're like, "Hang on, let me get the change for that." Had to turn. How much change, dude? You got a cash register. Push the buttons, damn it.
Yeah,
And especially in California, if you're about to get paid $20 an hour to push buttons, I should not have to answer
Yeah.
the change question, damn it.
right.
And if I ask for cheese and a Dr. Pepper, don't give me a fucking Diet Coke and no cheese.
I am going to send Kenny a big thing of cheese here from Wisconsin, so he's got stuff to put on his burgers.
I fucking gave this girl one time exact change. My meal was $10 and say 37 cents,
Okay,
but I gave her exact change,
okay.
and she gave me back $6.
Dude, that's almost enough
And do
for a
you
gallon
know,
of gas
I'm
right now.
usually, if they give me back too much money, I am usually the kind of guy that goes, "No, wait, you gave me too
Mm-mm.
much."
Mm-mm.
That
Mm-mm.
I was like, "Oh fuck, this is."
Mm-mm.
It just cost me $4 to eat. I'm out.
Exactly.
Bye.
And I say because I don't know. Do you guys have Hardee's where you're at?
Out here, they're called Carl's Jr.
Carl's
It's-
Jr.
It's
Okay.
the same
Right,
company.
yeah.
Yes, it's
Yep.
the same thing. Okay.
Yep.
I worked at Hardee's / Carl's Jr.
Mhm.
for 5 years, all through high school and part of college. I had the most accurate cash drawer of any drive-through cashier in all of this guy's franchises. He had like 8 stores. And it's not hard. You give me this money, I punch it in, the machine tells me what to give you back.
Right.
Why is that an issue?
Well, watch the Gen Z video. Ask them how many minutes are in an hour. They can't even tell you that.
Oh, I
You
know.
want to fucking scare yourself? I don't care if you've seen it or not. Go back and refresh yourself and watch the movie Idiocracy.
Oh yeah.
Never seen it.
We are there.
Oh,
we are
I've never
there.
seen it.
And I'm
We are
thinking,
there.
and
We are
and
there.
yeah, and I go to a fast food place and they can't count change, and I'm thinking, and you somehow graduated,
I know. I know.
right?
I
And you know
know.
something? Now here's a real pet peeve of mine. There's this kid not too long ago, and I know his family, I know his history, I know all that kind of shit, right? And he gets a job at like he's like 17. He's been kicked out of school,
Hope you get a
and
chance to, Martin.
he gets a
That'd be
job
dope.
at Wendy's, right?
Okay.
I'm coming through the line, and he sees me, and he's talking to me. He's like, "What's up, dog?" You know, first off, and
Here we are back to that damn word.
among my peers and my equals, I don't mind that. But when you're a youngin', you know, I told that story about that little kid that I heard sweet talking a girl until I realized it was my daughter. And then he approached me like that. This kid was like 11 years old, right? And when I first walked up and heard him, I was like, listen to this little son of a bitch. And then I realized he was talking to my daughter, and I was like, oh, this is the end of this. And what's funny is his dad had a whole gaggle of women over there holding kids on their hip, just eating out of the palm of his hand. I saw where he got it.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, nope, not my daughter. I wanted to. I was like, that kid needs to be dead before he could. You know what I'm saying?
Oh dear.
But
Yeah.
I was actually leading to a pet peeve of that, and I got lost in the telling. I hate it when I do that. That's another pet peeve of mine. When I get lost.
You said you went to
we-
Wendy's.
we can
You went to
always-
Wendy's.
Yeah.
Right. This dude is, first off, he goes to hand my food, bro. What's up? You know, dog. Right. And I'm like, you know, your
Lord.
dad could probably say that to me, but you ain't really earned that right yet.
Can
So
I? Can I?
And
Can
he
I bring
tells
up
me
the
he's
age of
fixing
that,
to
though?
quit. He tells
Let
me
him
he's
finish,
fixing
Kenny.
to quit. Right. And this is, and I'm like, why? And right now, because of the overwhelming shortage of people that are willing to fucking come to work,
Right?
when
Oh, yeah,
he's
we're not
making
going
more
there.
money, he's making more fucking money to work at Wendy's than I
Hey,
am to do
Robo.
what I fucking do for a living.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Okay. And this motherfucker, yeah, I'm gonna quit, man. Want me to mop if I ain't mopping no damn floor. I'm sitting there thinking, if I could get out of my truck right now and come in there and get that mop, I would stick it so
I'd
far
slap
up
you
your
with it.
ass you could.
Yeah.
No, I'd stick it so far up his ass he could mop with his nose. I'm talking about.
Right.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? You don't want to mop a
I know.
floor?
I
I
know.
wish that's what I had to do for my money.
I know, right?
I mean, oh my
Martin,
God.
I would say if you did visit the U.S., avoid the tourist traps. If you really want to see U.S., go look at the U.S. Don't go to Disneyland.
I was the guy when
Don't go
all
to
three
any of those
subways I
places.
worked at. I was the guy that had to unstop the toilets. So,
Yep.
by comparison, I'd much rather mop that fucking floor. Jesus.
Are you somebody, Kenny, is somebody wanting to come to the United States?
Yeah, Martin, he wants to.
Okay. Go to DC. Everything there's free.
No, don't
All
do
the
that.
all the Smithsonian's are free. Everything at the National Zoo, everything in
Oh,
Washington,
you talking about
D.C.
for a visit?
Yeah, for a
Yes.
visit. Yeah.
Oh, for
Yes.
a visit, fine.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to
yes. No.
live there.
But everything is free. It is paid. Everything is paid for by our tax dollars.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm telling you, you can easily go for $2,000, and that includes your flight. That I don't know.
I'm
if
always
he's
going to
coming from another
recommend
country,
Pigeon
but-
Forge. I'm always going
Yeah.
to recommend Pigeon Forge to the Smoky
Yeah.
Mountains.
Yeah, that too.
You out, Rommel?
Yeah.
Have a good night, man.
If I had,
Hit me.
if I
Are you
had,
okay, Rommel? Hit me.
if I had to visit the U.S. for the first time, and I had never been here, I would just want to go see. Fuck it, first place I'd go is a gun range.
Well, yeah, but They
Shoot
can't.
like a motherfucker.
Dude, I had one of those when I first went to college. I went to the Mississippi Delta, and I'm here to tell you, out there, we were 4 miles from Dockery Plantation, where,
Yeah.
Robert Johnson
Yeah.
made that deal, right?
you know,
Even if you try to find it now, if you Google it, they say it's in Clarksdale, where 61 and 49. That's not where the crossroads. They stopped people from going back there in the mid 70s because there was a mass suicide. It was crazy. Anyway, the Mississippi Delta, those of y'all that heard me
That's
talk
true,
about that
Ro.
place.
That's true, Patches.
That place, you ain't got to go to Vegas or nowhere else to find fucked up debauchery. That place is full the fuck. I swear it's cursed, but it is full of that kind of shit.
You know,
And it's one of those places where you can be in the middle of fucking Walmart and see some shit go down that your brain just I didn't just witness. I mean, bitches beating bitch with a goat in the middle of Walmart. I mean, just
what?
random crazy.
How did the goat get inside the Walmart?
D, I tell you what, when we get out of here,
Service animal.
one night, me and you's gonna smoke and drink something together, and I'm gonna tell you about the Mississippi Delta. When you wake up in the morning, as you get out to bed, take the piss, you stub your toe, you fall, might break your arm. You get to the bathroom, take a piss, toilet won't flush, it's fucked up. Go to brush your teeth, the toothpaste thing explodes in your hand. And
You go to walk outside to get your cigarettes, get bit by a moccasin.
I mean, it's and it's like that. You can ask Jocelyn. Jocelyn came to spend one night with me. And it took 6 months for us to get her home. Something break down on the car, we get it fixed. Something else break down on the car. Get it fixed, something else break down on the car. Get it fixed, something else break down on the car. Get it fixed, something else break down on the car. It's like, so what I'm getting to is man, woman, and child. When the sun goes down, that place is crazy.
Yep.
The kids there, I mean, my first joint that I got handed to me was by a girl that I thought was probably about 37. Turns out she was about 13. They look.
Oh,
that's a running joke in the Mississippi Delta. If a 30 to 40 year old woman
she had a whole
asked
new
you
car
out,
after that.
card them.
Probably.
It's, but that place is so full of.
Patches,
I don't know how to explain that place. Don't ever go there. Don't ever go there.
Patches is telling me I should
Don't ever
go to
go there.
Texas if I want to go to shooting range. Can I at least get a grip for my AR that doesn't have a piece that makes it inoperable on the grip?
right.
But but what I was
ahead.
getting to, I remember now is that college, right? I'm talking about what this town is like. I'm also going to tell you what else it's like. It's mainly at the time it was a certain company has bought out all the land now for genetic mutating crops, but at the time it was still all old school Italian farmers, and there was a mafia, and and a lot of other demographics will say, and it was a war zone between the two.
Daniel,
and as long as you were on campus in that part of town, it was fine. But all this other shit's going on, and damn it, God,
Daniel,
I can't stress to you enough. My point being, I don't even remember what the point was again. I did it again. I can't begin. D, we need to talk. I've told a lot of these stories to some of these other folks.
You have.
I got some shit that'll fucking.
I'm a little late to the game, so
I got some shit that'll curl your hair about that place, and they're all absolutely true stories. Is what's fucking horrible about them. That's what's really fucking horrible about them.
Yep.
Get your glass.
Get your glass. We're ready to take shots. I got a beer. Get your beer if you got it. Shots, whatever. Everybody, we're not playing darts. Daniel threw the number on every number, so everybody drink.
Take that shit.
Here we go.
Take that shit like a 70s gay porn star, baby.
Listen, if you're gonna, can we at least have the music?
Okay, can we get back to pet peeves?
Wait, I'm gonna.
That's what my whole story was about, and I lost track of it in the telling.
Okay. You know, I could do a 2-day show on this. Can I be kind of gross?
Go for it.
Yeah.
It's the LDA podcast. We'll call it the LDA.
I know, but I don't want you guys to lose listeners.
Go for it.
Fuck them.
Oh, women's hygiene product commercials.
Yep.
There are just some things that should not be advertised.
Right.
I will tell you, we do not run along beaches hand in hand talking to our girlfriends about douche products.
And tampons.
Or tampons. Yeah, we don't do that.
Right?
We don't. We also don't get together.
Well, we're not frozen now.
This might disappoint Rommel, but we also do not get together in our bras and panties and have pillow fights. We don't do it. We don't.
To make you feel at home, I'll do what I do with my wife. I'll put a bra and panties on and grab a pillow if we can go at it. Let's go.
I mean, okay, so my newest thing is, I don't know if you guys have seen these commercials. This is where it's going to get kind of gross, and I apologize.
Oh, God. What about your favorite place in Rommel's, Alabama? Oh, geez.
Okay. Have you heard of these NYX products?
Yes.
Nasty as fuck. I am sorry, maybe we're not supposed to cuss on here.
Oh, no, we can. It's after 30 seconds.
Yeah, we're good now. We're good now.
We're monetized.
If you are a woman wearing the NYX products, you are nasty as fuck. I am sorry. It's called personal hygiene, bitches. Okay, sorry. I'm done cussing. Go.
I have said
that's
on our
okay.
channel.
You
I have said on our
actually owe
channel
us
many
2 more words. Can you get that so I can fulfill my quota for how many cuss words go
I
on my
know.
channel before
I
I
know.
say
I'm
fuck it?
sorry. It just, you guys, I told
Daniel,
you.
fill in for. We need 2 cuss words. Go.
dick and cunt. Now,
There we go.
Oh.
To the dick cunts out there. We're monetized, but not for long. All right, cool.
Right? Holy shit. Sorry.
now, what did you just say, dude? God damn it, Kenny, you fucked me up.
The next products.
Oh, my point. I have said this has come up in reaction videos. It's come up in live streams. It's come up in a lot of shit.
Ugh.
I am a firm fucking believer that all the feminine hygiene products, all the hemorrhoid commercials, that all needs its own channel. I do not need to sit down to dinner and hear about your hemorrhoids.
Dude,
Exactly.
Oh my God.
I'm not a squeamish stomach kind of guy, but that doesn't mean I want to hear about it while I'm trying to eat.
Thank
That,
you.
People,
that kind of shit needs
be
its
careful
own
how
channel.
you spell Nix when you look it up. If you don't got lice, but you got another problem down there, it's the wrong spelling.
It's KNIX.
Yeah.
Is the
Right.
Nix products. The ones
Damn.
I'm talking about, not the lice ones.
All right.
Okay. Whew. I feel better.
That's a funny
damn.
story. Can I tell y'all a funny story of my own paranoia? I
Please.
shouldn't tell this.
Yes, you should.
Early in, it was one of the second times that I truly got my heart broke. But the funny thing is, by the time I met Jocelyn, I didn't give a fuck, man. And women had done ripped my heart out so many times. With this one particular one, my friend, whom I wound up catching with her, comes to me like a year after she's done broke up with him because she cheated on him too, and is like, "Look, dude, I got crabs." And I ain't saying you got crabs, but I'm just saying you might want to. All right. Up until this point, this is, again, almost a year later. No itching, no crabs.
I would have asked.
But I want you to remember something about me.
Harry
That's
is a
true.
beast.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this overwhelming phobia that if by chance even one of those got on me, where would they stop?
Yeah.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
I'm just
And
saying.
I got that Nick shit. And I scalded my fucking skin like every week for 6 weeks to make sure.
I thought it was Nair.
If you're gonna bring me some
I
crabs,
did that to my face.
if you're gonna bring me,
Oh,
if you're gonna bring me some crabs, can I at least get melted butter with it? God damn it!
right.
And like I said, a year later, if I had had crabs, I would have known. I mean, I didn't
you would
have
known.
crabs.
Oh, you would have known within a month,
but
or
just
a week, or a couple
so,
days.
and I don't know why that instilled such a paranoia in me, but I was like, oh, God damn it. Because I was like, where do they stop? And I freaked out so bad. I'm telling you, that was bad, dude.
Uh-oh.
And then, the next girl in my life, comes into the apartment, and it was nothing serious, but I mean, nothing even happened between us. But she goes in the medicine cabinet and sees some of that shit. Yeah, she doesn't hang around long.
Ron, okay, listen. Did you hear that? Did you pick up your
No.
beer again for a second? I heard it say "finish me" in your microphone.
Kenny,
Cheers,
if I was
dear.
to finish this beer right now, you would see nothing but my bottom of my feet.
I'm trying, damn it. Look, I got shoes on. I'll take them. Well, they're Vans. Does that count?
Okay,
Wait
you
a
were
minute,
just
Kenny.
talking
I
about.
don't need to see your nuts again.
Oh,
Damn it.
What were you just talking about? I can't remember your name,
Me?
Daniel.
Oh my God, really?
All right, we're at the loud drunk part. Let's get to the asshole part.
Yeah. So what were you
Well-
just talking about?
I don't know.
About crabs, and then you were saying something else, and it made me think of something else that irritates me. Damn it.
Seafood.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
Critters.
No, that wasn't it. I love seafood.
I love seafood too.
I don't remember. You were talking about crabs and I don't know. I'll think of it.
I'll think of it after.
What, did I burn
dump this
myself
beer and
up
get another
trying
one.
to get rid of something I didn't have? I was so paranoid. And then I said the next one that I actually tried to go out with came to the apartment and saw that in the medicine cabinet. And that was a very
That's what it was. That's what it
Okay, go
was.
ahead.
Okay. I want you guys to be honest.
Uh-oh.
When you go to, let's just say, back in the day when you were dating, okay, you go to a girl's home. You go into her bathroom.
Oh, dude, don't look in there. Don't look. It's
Do
drama.
you look in the medicine cabinet?
Nope.
I was raised not to. I don't.
That's
I
not
don't
what I
appreciate.
asked. That's not what I asked. I
appreciate
asked
people
if you do. I don't
I don't.
care if you were you don't. Okay.
I don't. I don't.
Okay.
I wouldn't appreciate it if somebody did it to me, so I don't do it. I
Thank you.
don't snoop
Okay.
through people's shit. I just don't.
So as you know, my best friend is a guy. He says, fuck yeah, I go in and I look. I want to see if the bitch is on any crazy pills.
Yeah. Well,
Now
my
look,
dumb-
these days,
my
that's a legit argument these days.
Yeah, it kind of
That's
is.
a
But
legit argument.
he's in the bathroom Googling medicines that are in their cupboard.
my
like,
my
what
dumb
the
ass
hell?
my dumb ass wish. It
Oh
was
my God,
Google
this
back
treat's
in the day.
gonorrhea. Good night.
My dumb ass should have had Google a long time ago.
I
Because
know,
my
right?
dumb ass was when I was a little drug addict, is I'd walk into your bathroom and look at it and be like, "What's this say? Warning signs." Okay, I'll take this. God damn it! I took 3 estrogen pills.
Okay, can I tell you a story about that?
Okay.
My ex-husband, many years ago, he went into the bathroom instead of turning a light on and opening the medicine cabinet and taking out the proper medication. He left the light off and he grabbed my Myadol and he took 3. He got so sick. Oh my God, he got sick. It was funny as fuck.
D,
Yeah.
you want to know you want to know? All right, I told you how I was trying to tell you how I was raised for a reason. You know what broke me
sorry.
and made me understand you don't snoop through people's shit?
What?
I was going, all right, I had a ball game, and at the time, because I played ball too, and Dad had borrowed, you know, the striped things that the baseball players wear in their pants. They're actually to keep your socks up. They serve a function.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Dad had borrowed mine, and I needed them.
Okay.
So they weren't home. I just went into the bedroom, and I knew where his sock drawer was, and I opened up that sock drawer to find.
No.
Yeah, man. I found a really large toy and pictures of both of them that I didn't need to see. That learned that's why I don't snoop through people's shit, because I am a sick fuck. There's no y'all just don't know what's like just out of camera view in here. So I can only imagine what real psycho people have in their shit. I don't need to know. 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 That's a hard lesson to learn, by the way. That's a hard way to learn that lesson.
Yeah.
And I also learned to knock because one morning I needed lunch money and we were running late, and I just kind of busted into the bedroom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Daniel learned a lesson. Knock, motherfucker. Knock, motherfucker.
The only thing I'm going to say to that story, my poor sons. Yeah.
It happened. Yep.
They found things. Bless their hearts.
And what's funny is in anyone else's room, the perv and them, they'd have heard the soundtrack. Chicka wow wow, chicka wow.
Exactly.
But when they found that it's your place, their brain went,
Mm-hmm.
fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to remember it is traumatic for them.
Our daughters, and we warned them early, and we tried not to make it sound sexual, but now they're old enough to know and have figured that out. But our daughters will not step foot in our room. Will not. Like, if we're going to be gone overnight or something, I want the girls to have the pistol. And you got to make sure that it's sitting out there. They're not going to come in here and get it. They do not come in our room.
Yeah.
And that's a good choice. But I just... Like, even like the whole cell phone thing. Jocelyn doesn't go through my cell phone. I only go through her cell phone. First off, I'm not hiding anything. She
exactly.
Could. But I won't even go through her purse. Like if she tells me, hey, I need a certain lipstick out of her purse, I'll bring her purse. I don't dig in her purse. There are certain components of each other's lives that we don't have to know everything. You know what I mean? That just gets to almost a psychotic level. First off, I'm not curious because I know women's purses contain many sundry magical items, but I'm not going to dig through her purse to find the lipstick. I'm going to bring her purse. I'm just not a snooper.
What is it with you guys and purses?
No, to me, like
I have a purse.
My wife has a purse. She wants me something to get out of it. I'm like, no, here, it's your purse. Take it.
Exactly. I mean, It drives me crazy. I'm like, just get in my purse and get it out.
Right.
And they're like, and Hunter will go clear across the house and he'll get my purse and he'll bring it to me. And I'm like, I told you just to get it out. He's like, no, I don't get in women's purses. They scare me.
I figure it this way. I have a sister. I have 3 daughters. Right. I get it. Whatever's in their purse, it's like, okay, that's yours.
Yeah.
To me, if I had a purse, fuck no, don't go in it.
Well, and I understand that. But when I'm standing there and I'm like, hey, like Hunter will be like, hey, do you have some money? And I'm like, yeah, I got a $20 in my purse.
My wife
grab it.
My wife tries that with me.
No.
And I know she's okay if I go in to get it, and she knows I'm not going to do anything. But to me, it's just no, it's okay. It's yours. If you want something out of my wallet, I can either tell you to get it or you can ask me and I'll get it for you.
Yeah.
But same thing. She'll say, no, you get it out of your wallet.
I'm fixing to tell off on myself. D, you were talking about what is it with men and purses? Let me tell you something. I have what can only be called a merce.
Yeah. Most men
purse.
do.
Let me tell you. No, I'm going to show you. This is sickening.
Okay. This is sickening.
Jocelyn found this damn thing at a thrift shop, and it's got so many pockets in it. I got Jimmy Hoffa in this motherfucker. But
Really?
important, this is my merce. Look, my glasses are in it.
Damn, dude, could it have been black leather?
Wait,
it's red like high heels. Oh my god!
It's canvas. It's canvas, and it's got, look, dude. It opens and it's got all these different nets and compartments. It's got so much shit.
Dude, I see an Adam and Eve coupon.
This is important mail. This is important mail I need to respond to.
That's the
got
box.
My glasses.
That's the box from Walmart with the dildos. Where did you get that? Which Walmart? Did you get a deal?
I have fingernail and toenail clippers in here. I have chargers for all my vapes,
polish,
my phone, and all of that. I have probably 5 different bottles of meds in here that I may or may not have to take on any given day. I have fiber brownies. I have Nexium. I have
fiber
gum.
Brownies.
This is, I hate to say it, but I am a grown ass man. And I talked about this with my wife. I was like, since cell phones now, you can't leave the house without your cell phone. You got to have a charger in case it's going to die somewhere. And I've got meds that I may or may not have to. I was like, I'm carrying a bona fide fucking purse, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. But I was I remember back when you could get in your car, you didn't have to grab a fucking thing. You could just go get in your car and leave. Now, like I said, you got to have your cell phone, and if you got your cell phone, in case it runs out, you got to have at least your cable if you got a car charger.
Chained on to me.
I mean, and now that I'm getting older, I got to have my glasses and meds and everything else, man. I'm a grown ass fucking man with a fucking bona fide. It's not going to hang from my shoulder. It's not going to fucking be an accessory, but I fucking got a purse, dude.
Daniel, you know how much I love you and Jocelyn. That's a purse.
It is. I know it is.
I'll send you my wife's purse. How's that?
Yeah. I think that everybody should just send Daniel.
Now, again, it's not an accessory. It's not an accessory. This sits in my truck.
Doesn't matter.
Anything I need to get to during my day, in case I need it, is in this fucking.
Okay.
Listen.
Does that sit in your truck all the time, or does it come into the house?
At the end of the day, it comes into the house because.
Okay, and then at the beginning of your day, does it go into the truck?
Fuck you.
That's purse.
It's a purse.
Yep, there you go.
All I'm saying.
Listen,
that is
I'll buy
a purse.
you a little leather studded one with some high heel boots. Damn it.
What I actually wanted for that kind of shit was like this little briefcase looking thing.
Yeah.
But she found that at a thrift, and it's insulated too, so sometimes I actually have lunch in there.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's sickening. It's a purse.
It's a purse. It is a purse.
Listen,
but I'm not the only one.
Listen,
my coworker,
okay,
my coworker has a Crown Royal bag.
I'm gonna try.
Phone charger. Some of his meds. He's got the same shit.
All I have to do is look for a Stanley lunch pail. Okay, it'll do the same damn thing.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Daniel. That's a purse. And for any of the ladies out
I'm
there,
not in denial.
if you no longer have a purse or you have purses that you need to get rid of.
But like I said, what's funny is my coworker Josh,
he needs some.
His is a Crown Royal bag, and it has chargers and his vapes and his wallet will be in there and all other kind of shit. My boss up there, he has essentially he has the briefcase, and it's full of all this shit. But it's it's the same. It's all the same. It's all the same.
But it's a Crown Royal bag.
Listen,
I would rather see a Crown Royal bag
filled
than
with
that.
Crown Royal. Yeah, but
Yeah.
hey, if
But
it's
the
not
thing
filled with
is,
Crown Royal,
oh,
at
that
least
has
it's not red and leather.
that has so many pockets and stuff. I can keep certain
I
things that
know.
need to be
I know.
separate.
I
And a
know.
Crown Royal bag, he finds half his shit broke, especially his vapes. He breaks more vapes that way because he just throws it in that bag with everything else and it gets crushed. I know it's a purse. I've been fucking with myself about it for a couple years now, and it doesn't make me happy. But
All right, you two
if
talk
it-
about
if it-
Daniel's happy purse while I go do that man thing in my backyard. Because if I walk all the way to the bathroom, my son's probably in there taking a shower. Deal with
Okay.
it.
Okay. I was gonna say something about your purse and now I forget. Oh, if it stayed, no, it's a purse. If it stayed in the if it stayed in the truck all the time and never came into the house, I would say you're fine.
well, here's
you're-
my problem.
You are
Like, say-
carrying it back and forth.
Because I need my phone charger inside at night. I don't buy. I mean, what I should do is keep a bottle of Nexium inside and a bottle
I don't
out there in my
care.
bag.
You use any excuse
I have
you
to
want
bring it
use.
in. I have
Use
to bring
any
it in.
excuse. Oh, okay. Okay. Because you have no pockets to put stuff in.
Not some of that. And if I did, my pants would weigh 30 pounds. And then I do have this little cooler box that Jocelyn sends when she like leftovers when she cooks in.
Yeah.
And I have my coffee mug that I'm bringing in. And what's funny is when I come in every day and I set everything down and I start pulling my work knife out of my pocket and the change and all the bullshit. See, funny enough, my pants are usually full of shit.
Okay.
Other than
Well,
that, and
Okay.
I'm like, every time I come home, I'm like, it's like disarming China.
Yeah,
Daniel,
I can't just walk in
Yeah.
the door and
Daniel.
that's
sit
true.
down.
Daniel, after your sign gets there, I have to save some money so I can get you one of these purses. You know,
Yeah. Why don't you use a backpack? That's a good idea, Kenny.
you know.
Why don't
I
you
actually-
use a
And
backpack?
look, it has this thing comes off and these things come
Yeah.
off, and you can carry all kinds of shit with it.
I actually had one of the coolest. It was like a tactical. It was bad, dude.
Oh,
And my
God.
daughter stole it. My daughter's
Okay,
like, "Ooh, I like that. Mine."
Speaking of tactical,
Okay.
Maybe
you should
a
give-
pet peeve
Maybe
of mine.
you should give your daughter your purse.
A pet peeve of mine is, damn it, pick the right vest. I thought I got this one for a wedding. Damn it.
Oh, okay. Okay, Daniel, you know I love you. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh, I know. I know.
Just,
They're fucking
Oh,
with me about
damn.
my purse.
Hey, Patches
they
wants
won't
to
even let me
send you
call it
a
a
black
purse.
purse.
It's got to be a purse.
Patches wants to send you a black purse. Is that cool?
No sending me black purses.
Okay, all right.
Patches. Yeah, do it, Patches.
Send it, Patches.
Send it, Patches, and I'll pay for your postage.
Hope it's a big black lacy one.
But my point is, these days, even men,
My
they
point
all
is-
have one. It may not be as purses as mine, but it may
It's
be a
purses.
briefcase. It may be a
Yeah.
lunchbox.
It's
It may
true.
be
You're
whatever.
right. You are right.
But most
Yeah.
men have one too these days. I
Mhm.
mean,
Listen-
Joe Rogan's trying to bring back the fanny pack. That motherfucker wears.
Can
he
I-
has
can
like
I-
this gigantic.
I
fanny pack
love
that he
fanny
wears.
packs.
Can I say?
I
Can
do
I
not.
say? Can I
I
say
do.
why I don't have a? Can I say why I don't have a MERS or a purse or whatever you want to call it in 2023? Have you seen the center console in a fucking Toyota 4Runner? Dude, you could fit
A lot of
12
cubby
pack.
holes.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You could fit a 12 pack, a fucking inverter.
Oh, dude, I almost shit. Me and my wife didn't know that car of hers out there. It's got a screen where you do all your Bluetoothing and all that other kind of bullshit, or it's your backup screen when your backup camera comes on.
Yeah.
One day I got to and that car had all kinds of, like you said, console space. Anyway, there was a little button thing on the front. I said, "What does this do?" And that whole fucking screen opened up, and there was a hidden compartment behind there. You know what goes there when we travel. Yeah, I was like, "What?" It was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's their hidey hole." I was like, they're building cars now for the pothead in mind. There's a
Daniel,
hidey
So?
hole behind.
LOL, you'd actually like it, Daniel. Hell yeah, send it to him.
What's that? Oh,
Patches wants to send you a black purse.
You're gonna get bombarded with all these purses.
All right, all the ladies, send him a purse.
I hope I get lipstick to match.
Wait, black or red? Dude, wait,
Jocelyn,
are you going goth or are you going hooker? Because I need to
Look,
pick out the boots.
the best look, Jocelyn, and I don't know if she can hear me right now if she's watching this, but she knows this. We were talking about this. She did it the other night. In fact, she does this thing where she uses black and then accents it in red, in this red kind of color that is fucking hot. And but on me, first off, I don't have lips. If you put lipstick on me, you're gonna have to make
On
lips. I have
you?
really thin. Yeah, I have really thin lips.
Why are you
Um,
putting lipstick on?
We were in a band. You know you
That
do
was the
right?
joke. I said if you
Oh.
send me the purse, send me the lipstick to
Listen,
match.
listen. I'm just saying. If you've been in a band in the 80s or 90s, you
No.
probably wore eyeliner or
No.
something at one point in
I
time.
painted. Look, even
Black
in the
nails, the whole thing.
black nails, and Jocelyn loves that. Even now, still, if I
Really?
want to elicit a certain response, oh hell yeah, I'll paint my nails black. I don't give a fuck. Mama be looking at me the next day, and I'm like, oh, the girls were just having fun last night. I can't tell her. Yeah, my wife gets off on it. She liked when I was in rock star mode. She liked that shit. So I
Yeah.
mean, she likes me having the black
Yeah, and
nails
you
and
do
long
it for
hair
her.
and the
Yeah.
piercings. And
Yeah.
I didn't do
You
fa-
do
I
it
didn't
for
do
her.
face. I didn't do face makeup. The nails was the only thing I did. And I didn't do that till I met her. That was her doings, but she liked it, and I'd never been one to give a fuck. So, you know,
I don't know which, if anybody's still here who's a mod, but if you are, put the Discord links into. Fuck it.
Discord's
mods
probably
in
going to
it.
be a particularly foul environment, man. What with the cost of gas and penis and
Oh,
purses and
dear.
peeves and
There's
sounded like
Okay.
you were looking at that.
Discord.
The way she just said that sounded like she was looking at the calendar submissions again. She was like, "Oh,
No, God, no.
Dear.
Listen, that calendar.
Hey,
Damn
by
it.
the way, I am working on that.
Yeah, if y'all see me in the calendar, don't run.
Anyway, one more pet
I
peeve
thought
and
this
then
was
I'm
a nice
done.
submission." Go ahead.
Now, you guys will have to tell me if you experience this or if it's an Iowa thing. It might be an Iowa thing.
Okay, wait. Go ahead.
When you took your kids to school,
Okay.
did you have the school drop-off line?
No,
They do now.
I brought
They
my
didn't in my day, but they do now.
I brought my kids to the door. Even my kid now, like, you know, in fact, they told me to drop them off in another area of the school. I'm like, the school resource officer says it's safer. Bullshit. No, it's not. Got cars going both ways. My kid's autistic.
I always got behind the woman that had to make her child breakfast, put everything in their backpack for them, put their shoes on, get them dressed, sing them a song, and kiss them before they let them out of the car.
What song would you sing?
I don't know, because my kids were lucky if I stopped the car.
Oh, See, if my grandma was
You
dropping
laugh.
if
You
if my,
laugh.
if my grandma was
true.
dropping me off, she probably would have played Sunday Bloody Sunday.
I would tell the boys, get your hands on the handle, storm the beaches like it's Normandy.
You got shit to do.
Yep.
Exactly. I had to get to work. So
Yep.
I would slowly roll and they would open the doors and jump out.
My kid gets out every morning and he looks at me with the same question. Like, I've said the same answer for the last 3 years. Of course it's going to be the same thing, but I have to say it every time. He says, when I get home, you haves tablet and dinner.
Yeah, my kids, those school drop-off lines. And tell me this. Why do we have school drop-off lines?
Because people are stupid. I can
When
explain
we
that
were
to you
younger-
in vivid detail. People are
When
stupid.
we were younger, maybe you guys did it. Again, maybe this is an Iowa thing. We walked to school.
Oh yeah, I walked to school too, but you know, shit. If my friend, I was 16 years old driving, go to pick him up at the junior high school in my Camaro. He came up, he's like, open the door. No, he had to jump in, drag off with my fucking car. Like that.
I don't understand the school drop-off
See,
line. If somebody knows, please comment to Kenny because I don't understand it.
We live so far out in the woods, there is no walking to school. There was no drop-off line.
True.
Your parent just pulled into that parking lot, threw you out, and that was the end of it. Now
you.
there is a line, and I always get behind them motherfuckers that ain't paying.
Am I the only one who came from
Jocelyn
a
usually
city?
handles that because I usually wind up screaming bloody murder.
Am I the
because
only one
people
who grew up in a city where there was a drop-off line for school and for juvie hall?
Oh,
Yeah, like my grandma used to drive me over there and go, "You want to be here?" And I'm like, "Yeah." One time I jumped out and I said, "Come back in 2 hours. I'm going to visit Curtis."
okay. Okay.
Damn.
Okay, well, that's my list for pet peeves. I'm sure if
know-
you guys talk, I could come up with something else.
You talk about that drop-off line. My daughter was there one morning. Now there is a line to get in the parking lot, and this works for
Stupid.
students or fucking parents dropping kids off at the same. Luckily, she was in that old truck, and she understands now why that truck wound up being her first vehicle because it could take a lick. Anyway,
Because they
this
could run
woman,
little kids over.
she was stopped. She was waiting in the line to get in, and she was at a dead stop. And this woman came in on her cell phone and hit Miranda. And funny enough, all it did was bust her taillight. It fucked that little car the woman was in up. And you know what's funny? They sent Miranda to class and checked the woman and everything, and there was nothing ever filed about it. I was like, what? She was
You're
sitting
welcome,
there,
Martin.
dead stop in park, and this bitch rear-ended her, and y'all protected her. What the fuck's wrong with y'all?
Yeah. I don't
But no, they
understand
would
that.
throw. You talking about not letting them out? This I actually got on the bus and fucking cussed a motherfucker because I knew the family growing up. I knew the daughter. Shoot, that's another set of stories I'll tell you somewhere else, D. But he's the father of this said family is still a bus driver. He's old. Well, anyway, he went to let my daughter off the bus, and she was on the first step, and he hit the gas to take off to the next place. It threw her out of the bus, dust rolled her through our ditch,
Yeah.
and she almost got hit by the tires. I came out there the next day and was waiting. I was waiting. And I stepped in, and again, this is one of those instances that he knows exactly who I am because of his daughters. One of his daughters is as good as gold. The other one,
Is a bitch.
oh my God.
Is
And
as
anyway,
black as tar.
and
Sorry.
And
I
the
told him,
dirtiness.
I got up on that bus and I said, motherfucker, you remember me from high school. Do you really want to sling my kid out in the ground again?
Yeah.
You stop, motherfucker.
Dude,
You stop.
As a parent, I am the biggest advocate for my kid. I don't give a shit.
Right.
I went into the high school yelling at him a couple times.
Yeah. I mean, we should be the biggest advocate for our kids
Right.
when they're being mistreated.
Yeah.
Not if your kid is a jerk.
Right.
Yep.
That's the first thing I ever ask, actually, either one of my daughters, if they come home and they're all pissed off and they're talking about, well, you know, some friend of theirs that this week they're teenagers. So somebody that's their best friend this week, they're wanting to punch in the face. And because blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, what did you do?
Yep. What was your part?
Yeah.
You don't get to this part, this kind of you don't get to this part of the conversation without something having happened on both sides. So what did you do? You know, what's your part in this?
This just made me think of a story when Hunter was in elementary school. Anyway, so he came home and he said, and I don't remember the little kid's name. I'm just going to say Johnny because I don't remember. He's like, Mom,
Who's Johnny?
Johnny's birthday's on Saturday. And he went around and told all of us that his birthday is on Saturday and his party is at noon. Can I go? Now, the rule in our house was you come home with an invitation or you don't go. And I said, well, where's the invitation? And he goes, well, he didn't have any. He said that his mom told him just to go around and tell everybody. I was like, well, I'm sorry, you're not going because you don't have an invitation. So my ex-husband was like, that's a stupid rule. If he gets invited, he should be able to go. I'm like, fine, whatever. You take care of it then. You go buy the gift, everything. So anyway, Saturday comes. He takes Hunter over to little Johnny's house. Little Johnny has 25 kids in his house, and there is no birthday party because his birthday is 6 months away.
Damn. Holy crap.
Little Johnny just wanted presents.
Damn.
Now
Like-
that. Now, that sucks that the parents went along with that shit.
Well, no, because the mom met my ex-husband and Hunter at the door, and she's like, "Oh, please don't tell me you're here for Johnny's birthday party." And he's
Oh.
like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I have 25 kids in here that I have to take home."
My mama would have waited till everybody was there and whoop my ass. And I'm talking,
really?
we're not talking about bend over, whop, whop, whop. We're talking like UFC, motherfucker. My mama
Chase you around
whoop
the
my
house,
ass,
beat
but
your ass.
Oh,
Chase
Oh.
hell. My mother took down 2,500-pound horses for a goddamn living. She knows
Yeah.
what she's doing.
yeah.
No, there was no running. The funny
You
thing,
know
my aunt was different. My aunt was very slow. My aunt,
Okay.
bless her heart, but
Yeah.
she kept coming.
Yeah.
You would run and run and run and run to your chest was about to explode, and you'd look back, and she may be way back here, but she's still coming. So you'd
Aw.
run and run and run and run and run until you couldn't run no more. You try to look, she's still coming.
Can I just say to you, new younger generation who thinks you could call your parents, call the cops on your parents for spanking your ass? Bullshit. Watch me.
All right.
I'll beat your ass when I'm adult. I don't care. And you're an adult. My daughter was jumping up and down on the bed, caught her in the midair. She lands. I wasn't jumping on the bed. Her other twin goes, yes, she was. She's like, no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Okay, fine. You want a spanking? 1. I wasn't jumping on the bed. 2. You wanted a spanking? 3. Kept going through it, got all the way up to the number 10, and I'm like, I'm gonna walk away because I'm about to beat the living shit out of my kid right now, right? And so I like walk out the door, and my daughter looks at my other twin, at her twin sister, and goes, "I told you he wouldn't spank me." Oh, bitch! Now you got it. Watch this,
Right,
dude.
right.
Thank God she had a diaper on, and I was kind because I was like, I think I broke that Pampers, but not her butt.
Luckily for us, again, it's a miracle that Jocelyn and I, the Hellraisers that we are, had 2 wonderful children.
I know.
One's a salutatorian, one fixing to be possibly a valedictorian, but they've always been. I think I had to spank Miranda, and we're talking just swats on the behind. We're not even talking about spanking, maybe like twice, and Kara once. And I've never had to do it again. But I've told them about my experience. I was like, look, my mama used me as a goddamn soccer ball, and she thought her name was Pele. And they're like, Dad, that's abuse. That's abuse. I was like, I might almost would agree with you, but I know what I did.
After
And
I
had
spanked
that
my
shit
daughter,
coming.
after I spanked my
Ass
daughter,
whooping wasn't enough. I had that shit coming. And every time except for with my dad sometimes, especially my mom, if she got that fucking bad on me, looking back on, I may not have thought that as a teenager, but I look back at what I did and I'm like, yeah, I had that shit coming.
Mhm.
And I told them, as long as y'all don't do that shit, you won't have to worry about
I
it.
never got a spanking that I didn't deserve.
After I spanked my daughter, I asked her, she's like, Mommy says that's abuse. I said, what does mommy do when you do something dumb? She puts me in timeout. Do you do it again? Sometimes. Are you going to do it again? No. Daddy's going to tell mommy that spanking is discipline. Period.
Look, man, one of the first things you learn, and it's funny to me, it's really funny to me that the field actually discourages spanking or corporal punishment is or not corporal punishment, but that kind of punishment for children. But here's the thing. You learn in not only adolescent psychology, but child psychology and regular
right
up to a certain age, children cannot reason. It doesn't matter how smart you think they are. If you try to tell them not to do something because like I could take Kara aside right now and be like, look, you don't need to do this because of this. She'll get it. She'll walk away. She won't do it.
Right.
Up to a certain age, children they don't reason.
Yeah.
They don't reason. Not on that level. And I'm sorry, I'm not one. I mean, it's just, look, you can whip your kid without abusing them the same way you can hug your kid without molesting them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And there are certain things, and especially at certain ages, and I'm not talking about beating the motherfucker up against the wall, but a couple little, the funny thing is the diaper takes all the impact. It's more pop than anything. It's like swatting the dog with a newspaper.
Yes.
It's more pop than anything.
Yes.
Listen,
it's more of a surprise.
But they begin to associate this behavior with this consequence. I mean, like I said, I ain't for abusing your kids.
Which is really difficult to turn that around later in life when you're like in your 20s or 30s and you want to spank that ass on her and she thinks she's being punished. It's like, no, I love you, baby. You got Fireball? All right, listen, we're taking
wanna do
another shot, and then we're probably going to end up in Discord where we're going to take shots. Okay.
We're gonna be
I
so
wa-
wasted.
I actually want to fuck with him about that statement, but he's absolutely correct. Cheers.
Another shot.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. All right, Ari, I hope you enjoyed it. Come over to the Discord and drink more.
Okay, so I want to tell you this. You know, my youngest son's a Marine.
Right. Thank him
And
for his service next time. you talk to him.
I always do. And he says, "Oh, tell them that I'm proud to do it." Anyway,
I'm
Tell
glad
him we
he's
said
doing
so.
it. Thank you.
thank you guys.
Tell him thank you so much for doing
will.
what a lot of
Thank
people
you.
wouldn't do.
But when he was little, first of all, this kid, we thought he was going to be a stripper because he never kept his clothes on. He would go out in the yard and take his clothes off and run through the neighborhood naked. I mean, so we were concerned about that. But another problem we had was this little butthead, he would climb in the dryer all the time.
Oh, geez, yeah. Okay, did you at least put static? Did you
Please
put
tell me
dryer
you turned
sheets?
it on.
Did you put dryer sheets on him so his hair didn't poof up?
Please tell me
No.
you turned it on.
Oh.
No, I didn't turn it on, but
Damn it.
you know, you wouldn't be able to find him all of a sudden. And you'd go back to the dryer and you'd open up and he'd be in there hiding. And we would yell at him, "Stop hiding in the dryer. You're going to get hurt."
Do you want to know what stops him? Putting it on for like 4 seconds.
No,
Trust me, it does.
no, his father.
Daniel, did you learn more by being told that's a hot stove or touching the motherfucker?
Oh, for me, it was the first time I ever touched a steam iron. That Mama was ironing clothes.
Oh, yeah.
That was
But-
a bad idea.
His father told him, he said, "The next time you're in that dryer, I am going to whoop your ass." And it was for safety reasons. That is
Right.
it.
Right.
So his dad and I, we smoked outside. And we came back in the house. And as you came in the back door, the utility room was right to your left. As we walk in the back door, we see his little legs coming out of the dryer. And he comes out and he's standing there looking at us like, "Oh shit."
You want to know where we hid?
He got
Was
spanked.
we thought it was cool to hide in the trunk of Grandma's 72 Chevelle when we were pissy. Like, because, you know,
That is
just
so
hide in
dangerous.
there. Yeah, she drove off with us twice. Me and my sister. Once me, once my sister. I told my sister to do it first. She did it, and I didn't think Grandma would do it to me, so I got in there. Both times we got drove around. Damn you, Grandma.
See, my mom, unlike my aunt, who was the Terminator and just kept coming, my mom really wasn't. If she didn't get you out the gate, my mom wasn't going to chase you. Motherfucker, you got to come home and eat. You got to come home and eat sometime. Eat and
That's
sleep.
how I was too.
Motherfucker, you got to come home sometime.
I was lazy. You'll come home
and
eventually.
the longer it took you to come home, the worse it was.
Oh, hey, at least, you know, okay. And everybody had this little leeway because we knew what the rule was, especially if you lived in anywhere where there was a city where there was street lights. Be in before the street lights went off. Dude, I would tell my grandma would be like, "Them street lights been off." I go, "I wasn't at Edmund's house. I was way down the street, like 3 miles down the street at somebody else's house when the lights went off, had to ride home."
Well,
See-
another thing, when Hunter was little, he came home from school one day and he said, "I am running away from home." I said, "Okay, let's go pack."
Oh, there you go, Ari. I fell into
So-
a hibachi grill, got 3rd and 2nd degree burns, didn't just listen to my dad, jumped around and fucked up. LOL.
Oh,
Damn, Ari.
mm.
We're gonna get
So-
you a fire hydrant.
Yeah, no kidding. So I took Hunter upstairs and I got his little backpack thing out and I started putting his underwear and socks and stuff in it. He was like, "You know, I'm not coming back." I said, "That's okay.
Dude,
Just make sure you go to some place that will take really good care of you. Where are you going to go?"
dude,
And he goes, "I'm going to Dylan's house." Dylan lived across the alley in the house behind us.
I tried to move out and my grandma let me walk 2 blocks and then came up and said, "You didn't bring enough clothes with you," and handed me a suitcase.
Yeah.
Like, she wasn't trying to get me back. She was telling me, "You ain't gonna survive
Yeah.
with what you put in that little
Yeah.
paper
That's
bag."
what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
And he's
See,
like, Mom, you don't love me anymore. I said, I do. But if you want to live somewhere else, who am I to stop you?
right? See that I grew up in such a different world. Growing up in the South, and I'm probably the last generation that truly knows what living in the woods means. Things are even
Yeah.
different out here now. But I mean, especially like say it's during the summer and I don't have school. I cut grass, do all the chores that I knew I had to do. And I might show up again to do my barn chores as long as certain things around the
Barn
house
chores.
were magically done. It didn't matter if it was after dark.
Yeah.
They would know I'd be fucking 6 miles in the woods
That's true.
at
That's
fucking
true.
2:00 in the morning.
I
But
remember.
I wouldn't let my daughters do that now. There's too many crazy
No.
motherfuckers.
I
out there.
remember the one
But
time
I'd be
my grandma let me stay out
gone.
late one time, and she actually didn't believe me when we said we were doing this. And damn it, I had to prove it. She's like, "It's dark. Why aren't you in here?" I said, "Grandma, there's bats on our street flying between the trees." She's like, "What are you doing?" "Well, we grabbed rocks and aluminum foil and throw them up in the air to make them come down." And my grandma came out and saw us doing it.
Bat
Kenny.
fishing. We do that here.
Yep.
There are 2 words we do not say in Discord.
Uh-oh.
Moist
Oh, we do. We shouldn't.
and bats. I can handle anything. Snakes, spiders. I don't care.
So
Rats.
that's your.
Oh, bats.
And see
Listen,
here,
they're
this was the
basically-
thing
they're
here.
basically
When we
fucked up
finally
mice
started
with
getting-
wings.
When we
That's-
finally started getting like people would get the yard lights in their yard, it wasn't that the light attracted bats, but it attracted bugs.
Bugs, which
attracted
attracted
bats.
the bats.
What's funny is out here right now, at any given night, this is when we got in the backyard, you'll see a few little bats go by,
Mm-mm,
but there's
mm-mm.
this one motherfucker. I
Mm-mm.
think I was in Discord the night it happened. There's this one, I guess there was a bat colony in the barn over there behind the Bloody Bone Beast house, and they somehow did this thing where it repelled them. So now they've got another spot, but especially we have a beetle season, that's when they really come feed. But anyway, there's this one. All the other ones are about like this, and when they go flitting by,
Dude,
there's this one motherfucker comes by and it's like walk, walk, walk.
Oh,
And
don't
he's
do
big
that.
enough.
God.
He's big enough that it's almost like when
Oh,
you
God.
hit his radar, he's big enough to like come check you out just to make sure.
Oh, God.
And but when I was growing up, what we do is we take fishing line sinkers and fishing line, and you keep throwing it up under that light. And after a while, the bat gets a bead on it, and eventually a bat will hit that fucking sinker, and you just snatch that motherfucker down. Bat fishing. We used to go bee fishing too. Them big bees with the yellow faces. We'd catch them motherfuckers and tie a little thread on them and carry around a bee on a leash.
I don't. And I apologize to the DC comic people out there. I don't even
You
like
hate
Batman.
Batman, right?
hate
Can I just
Batman.
say this? Bats don't freak me out. I live where
Ugh.
there's barns. Okay, there's a lot of bats and
I grew
owls
up on a
and
farm.
shit. Yeah, there's bats and owls and shit, whatever, right? I had fucking mice in my garage. That didn't bother me nearly as much as the goddamn
bother
cockroaches in Long Beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I stepped on one at a phone booth and it just walked away. It was like 2 inches long.
You know how
Look.
they talk about the rats in New York City?
Yeah.
It's true. They're
Yep.
that big.
Yep.
They really are.
I don't really have too much of a phobia of any critter like that.
I don't really either. Except
I have
bats, that's it.
I have a healthy respect for certain kinds, but I won't like Jocelyn and spiders. Let me tell you something. As bad as Jocelyn is, there's only 2 human beings I've ever known worse. One is my mother. She'll burn the fucking house down if you don't
Oh.
kill that spider.
Oh,
But my buddy Skippy, I had, and this is back when I had the famous apartment 12, and even back then I had an impressive blade collection, and I had a katana hanging on a wall.
I
and
love
I'll look up-
katanas.
I've got. You haven't been here for me to pull all my shit out, D. I've got shit
I
in here to
gotta
make
get
it
my
I
cry.
want a
I
katana
gotta get
so
my
bad.
And I anyway, but I had that one,
Yeah,
and that was
sorry.
actually one. That was one I had actually bought in Hawaii when I was in Lions Band. And I look up and I see this. I mean, you think it's Incredible Hulk. His eyes were just. It was like fire hydrants, but the look on his face was rage, and he was coming down with that fucking katana, and I was like, "This motherfucker's finna take my leg. What the fuck?" And I look down, and there's a spider about that big, fucking running across my leg. And that motherfucker, whether my leg was there or not, he was fixing to kill it.
Yeah.
Dude, I
He's finna kill it, and I'm like, dude, whoa!
I can kill a spider. I can kill a rodent. I can kill a snake. I've done many of that, bro. You step on a cockroach in Long Beach and they walk away. There is something wrong with that. I was 200 pounds. Okay, that roach should have stood no chance. It looked at me and was like, "Fuck you, meet you over at the store. Hurry up, get a cart, bitch." Like I was
Those
like, "What the fuck?"
Get a cart, bitch.
We have those here too. A lot of people out here call them wood roaches, but they're actually not. Funny enough, a roach. They have another name, and it's eluding me right this second. Palmetto bug or something like that. They look just like gigantic cockroaches. They look like the Madagascar cockroaches, but they're actually not.
Really?
They're different. But they're in the family of, but they're not a roach.
Yeah,
We get
but
those
bugs
here
don't bother me.
during certain times of the year, like especially right now, since we've been in this drought.
Uh-oh.
The motherfuckers get in your house and oh my god. And
Okay,
they don't have boundaries like any other bug.
Can I tell
Like all of a sudden you'll look and that motherfucker be sitting right here and you're like, fuck, for just a split second.
Can I tell the two actual adults in here right now? Mitch just notified us that he has beers, check, smokes, check, brownies, check. Should we go over and order an eating of said brownie for tonight?
That's great for y'all that have brownies.
Yeah.
Shut up. You want some? Listen, all of you, if you want brownies,
Great treat for those who have it.
Whatever. You want some? Hook me up. Listen.
I got other things I can make do.
Damn it. Send me a
Okay,
katana.
I want to go back to the bugs. Yeah, send me a katana. Oh my god. I'm really into Forged. Oh yeah, I love Forged in Fire. I watch that son of a bitch all the time. And Katana is the first season, and or the first episode, and I love katanas. Oh.
Jocelyn actually bought me this tactical set one day, and it's a tactical blade for this hand, and then it's an arm guard for this hand. It has this long blade, stiff blade on it. I'm like, they're made for the zombie apocalypse.
I would love a katana blade. I don't have any.
Mine are put up right now, or I drag one out. By the time we get to Discord,
Jocelyn's
like, "What are you doing?" I've done it so many times. We did a live stream one night, and I pulled out every blade I had.
Woo!
Oh my god!
What is it? What is the knife called that the Marines have? A K-bar?
K-bar. I have those too.
I want a K-bar too. I keep telling Wyatt for him to go to the store at the base and get me a K-bar.
My K-bar is a special edition. It's actually the USSF. When they came out with the Space Force K-bar, so it's a different color. But it's your basic K-bar. It's just powder coated in gray with a blue handle.
I want a K-bar. I mean, I don't even know if they make these, but I want a K-bar that's a Damascus blade.
I don't know if they make. I have to ask Mitch if they make Damascus blade ones.
Yeah, I really want a Damascus blade knife, Mitch. So if you're watching,
here's my Damascus blade.
Okay, D, there was something I was hoping was still sitting right here. When we get to Discord, I want to show you. Me being a blade collector my whole life, and actually not to toot my own horn, but very well trained in how to use them. Funny enough, if you break into my house in the middle of the night, you actually prefer me get to my pistol before a blade. I'm for real. Well, we went to Pigeon Forge last time, and they had the world's largest knife and blade store. And for me,
I remember when you went there, dude. That was fucking dope. And
I've got so much crazy shit in my collection already. I'm like, I'm not going to get anything unless it just jumps off the table and speaks.
The three. You're going to show it, aren't you?
I'm going to show you I'm going to show you out of the world's largest knife store, and a guy that already has so many blades. I'm going to show you what jumped off the table and spoke to me. It's a bad motherfucker. I gotta find it first, though.
Oh shit! He had that whole lead up where he's tempting us, and then he's like, "I gotta find it." Really?
Well, I told you I'd have to show you in Discord. That's how I started that conversation.
Okay. I'm sorry, I missed
we can jump.
I usually keep it right here because every once in a while I like to show.
That was the woman in me that came out. I did not hear the whole story, so I apologize.
Damn.
Oh, it's okay.
That's like my wife. Honey, what do you want with dinner?
It's supposed to be right here.
Well, let's just hope that you're not looking for it if somebody breaks into your house.
Yeah. You need to find it before they do.
It was right here.
D, there's always there's always something within my reach. Always.
Yeah.
It might not be that one, but there's something.
My Hunter's best friend, Eric, he is so sweet. He was like my third son. And when I got a divorce and I wasn't even dating at the time, but for some reason he got in his head that I was going to start dating again. He bought me a switchblade. He's like, just keep this in your nightstand. You never know. I'm like, well, it's in my nightstand. Why would the guy be? Oh, never mind.
Somebody breaks into my house. I'm throwing them the border collie. He say, the money's over here while I get my gun.
Right.
And the funny thing is, in my house, I will have plenty of time because Casper's getting old. But if somebody comes in this house at night, they're gonna have a whole lot of moxie to deal with. So I've got plenty of time to get whatever in the fuck. I can be selective, like, ooh, I think I'll use this one. I got this one in 75, and it's a good vintage year. I mean, moxie is when she has to be. Not, I mean, she's our baby, but
somebody scare Kenny quick. He's got the hiccups. Yeah, I'm not.
I'm trying to do what my method is.
I might even break out one of my katanas for
might not work for all of you, but when I start getting hiccups, what I do is hyperventilate. Get rid of them.
Trust me, you do not want me to hiccup because it's pretty violent.
I have that same issue. I'll get one hiccup, and it will feel like it just destroys my.
Yeah,
I mean, it just, oh God!
I thought you meant like one hiccup and you rip the other person's head off, which is why they're like, don't hiccup
my whole body convulses.
That's how I feel at tax time.
Every time it happens, she asks me, because like if we'll be sitting there watching TV or something and one hits me like that, she's like, "You are okay over there, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Here's another pet peeve, just to get back to the topic at hand. McDonald's French fries. Why do they make me hiccup?
Root beer makes me hiccup.
Because they don't know how to count change and they put root beer in their oil.
Listen, I'm gonna say that Kenny's a little bitter about the change thing.
Fuck these people with change. Listen, how the fuck? Look, I had to go get a GED when I was like 40 something because my dumbass dropped out of high school, and I knew how to count change.
Oh Lord.
What? Okay, for everybody who graduated high school but doesn't know how to count change, can I make a suggestion? It's not really that great, but go deal drugs for a while. You'll figure out how to count change.
Okay, I just want to say, Ari, total sweetheart. She sent me a link to a K-Bar custom-made forged Damascus steel hunting knife with a sheath.
Damn it, Ari, send me one.
I know. Ari's got my back, man. She's got my back.
Hell yeah.
I want a K-Bar.
Just have to reset the diaphragm? Wait, what diaphragm? Listen, I don't have a diaphragm, and if I do, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know about it.
Your diaphragm sits right, like below your sternum, like
I don't even know where that is.
Above your stomach. Above your stomach, it sits like right here.
The beer container. You can't make me eat at McDonald's. Listen, I'm saying you can eat at McDonald's. Just don't question it. Understand that people have lived this long eating it. So technically, two more filet of fishes and a double cheeseburger, and you could survive nuclear holocaust. I'm just saying. McDonald's
is fine. I don't want anybody to think it's not. Just for me, I don't know if they've changed their oil. But
just don't go to McDonald's I worked at. I'm just saying that, okay?
I will just say in the last 5 years, all of a sudden now, whenever I eat McDonald's French fries, I get the hiccups. That's it. I don't know if they changed their oil or what, but you know what, Daniel? You're not going to find.
That makes me angry.
Oh, Lord.
Shit. All right. So our memory's beginning to slip. So we can either drink more and lose it all, smoke another bowl and forget everything we were supposed to be talking about, or one and one and then go to Discord.
You know what? I'm just going to say, I think this was a really good subject.
Yep.
Pet peeves. It was really good. I liked the subject because it's so broad.
Ari said, "Damn it, Daniel, you'd be dead by now if someone broke in looking for it. You better tell the dog to wake up."
Oh
first.
No, I have. Like I said, I have 100 other blades within reach.
Yeah,
but
but you don't have the katana.
Well, the katana, I know where that is.
Where's my katana?
I thought that's
I
what you
got
were
a
looking
base
for.
for you, bro.
No, I'm looking for the tri-blade now that Kenny was talking about.
Oh,
And I'm
that
like,
shit's
Oh.
dope. That
I'm
shit's
at-
dope.
oh.
Listen, it's a twister.
Here, I thought he was doing it for me.
All right,
Apparently
well,
not. Kenny's
all
more
right,
important.
listen. We will
Oh, I'll
show
do
her
it
the
for you.
twister in Discord. Who wants to join us in Discord after this? And if you don't, then stay in my channel and subscribe. But don't expect me to talk back to you because you got to be in Discord because that's
Yeah.
where we go. Daniel,
And see, ladies and gentlemen, this is my OCD.
Daniel,
What?
you're looking like you dropped a crack rock. Let it go.
I know,
It'll
right?
show
Let
up
it go.
later. It'll show up.
Come on, baby, I'll
No.
suck your dick.
No, you know what it looks like? Remember that night? Remember that live stream where he accidentally dropped his whatever it was he dropped and it was all over the floor?
I was very
Yeah.
hurt by that.
Yeah.
Put
That's
you
what it
drop
looks
on the
like.
floor, damn it.
Yeah. He
Man,
dropped
I'm
his
really
grinder.
confused.
Oh, damn.
That hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I got
know
my
it did.
grinder right here, damn it.
I had just
He
prepared.
just ground a bunch of
Yeah.
Hey, listen, don't worry about it. Pick up what you can. I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
Daniel looked like he looking for crack, right?
I
Ari?
know.
Look,
D.
Let it
D's
go.
got to meet Zeus. D's got to meet Zeus.
listen,
I have met Zeus.
listen.
You have met
Ari,
Zeus?
Ari,
No, I
This is
haven't.
this is our pervert sloth. He used to be a part of our backdrop, and every time we did a live stream, we put a different hat on him, and everybody said he looked like a pervert molester. So
Ar-
this is the
Ari
so we had to take him.
suggested-
We had to take him out of our background. But this
Ari-
Just
is
a
our,
little.
Ari
This is our-
suggested a great thing. If you're new to Walmart, she suggests kicking several items of clothing underneath the dressing room stall before you go in to make it easier so that you don't look like you're stealing shit. Is that correct, Ari? Right? You know, you take 2 things in, walk out with the 8 that you already kicked under there, but you walk out with the 2 and go, those didn't fit, right? Is that how that works, Ari?
I watched a guy walk out of Walmart one time with a TV,
Yeah.
a big one too, and I was like,
Yeah.
I mean,
How do you steal that?
right? It's not like nobody didn't see
And
him.
where's the person? I'm sorry, Ari. I'm not getting on Walmart, but where's the person that stops me for my purchase of a mascara tube and asks to see my receipt? You got a guy walking out
Right.
with a big ass TV, and you didn't ask for his receipt,
I'd be like, damn it, my
Right.
receipt's with him. And then
Yeah.
the other way.
right? Yeah. Okay. Are we heading over to Discord?
Oh, we have people dressed as employees and get it. Listen, I
Oh.
tried that shit too. I went through the self checkout and told them that I wanted to know what my IRA benefit was for doing that shit.
Yeah.
And them fuckers didn't even give me a discount on the toaster. And by the way, that shit was junk anyway. You're in oral with Mitch.
Well,
right.
apparently you didn't get the warranty with the toaster. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google John Panette warranty toaster. It's a whole thing.
Or Tooster.
Warranty toaster. What did I say? Did I say toaster?
No, I was quoting a
Oh.
song. There's this. It's a stupid. I heard it on the radio one day, and then Jocelyn heard it years later on YouTube. And it's this little dude in the radio station, and he's singing a song about toast. And there's this one time when it gets around to where he goes to say toaster, and you can hear it as he realizes he can't
Can I-
rhyme toaster with what he just said.
Can
so
I
he says
can I
toaster.
throw out one last pet peeve? If you have the money,
Yeah.
why is it shoplifting? Okay, so listen, and here's why I say it. I went into a grocery store in Southern California and it was hella hot, right? Like it was fucking 104 degrees outside. So me and my buddy went in and they had a big old walk-in where you get your cases of beer and your kegs and all that shit.
Yeah.
And we went in and they had lawn chairs out in front. So we took some of those and went in there and we cracked a Coors Light party ball and we're drinking it. And they tried to arrest us for shoplifting, but damn it, I had $100 in my pocket. And that was only $49. I just wanted to drink it first and pay for it on the way out. So I told the cop, fuck you, you can't arrest me for shoplifting. I'm paying for this.
I'd say
I'll
that's
tell
a
you-
gray line.
The one thing, we're not big in this family and never have been. My folks weren't. We're not big on
Mm.
lying.
Yeah.
Don't lie. A lie will always, even like to my parents when I was young, If I did something, the lie would get me in so much more trouble than the event. Another thing is stealing. I don't believe in thieving, man.
Listen.
I don't come in
You
your house.
don't need
but I
to
will
steal
say
it. Calm
Okay,
them out
let
of it.
Daniel finish. Let Daniel finish.
But here's something else I don't tell. And this is another one of those weird OCD things. I am a comic fiend, and I was as a kid. And when I was like 5 years old, the only place in our town to see comic books was in K&B. And what hurt my feelings is I already spent a lot more allowance money on comic books out of that motherfucker than I should. But I got accused. I mean, they called the cops the whole 9 yards when Mama was beating my ass and everything for shoplifting at a K&B grocery. And I didn't do it. And then for the next 10 years, I didn't even realize I was doing it for a long time. It was a mental block. And I finally told people, if you go with me in K&B, check my pockets before I leave. Because every time after being falsely accused for 10 years, every time I went in K&B, I walked out with something. And I was not even conscious of the fact that I was doing it. And I finally realized I was doing it. And I would tell people, look, before we walk out of here,
okay,
check my
Daniel,
pockets.
we'll go with that.
Funny. And I'm not a thieving guy. That's not my thing, man.
I will say this, Katrina Parker, if you happen to watch this podcast and you're in Iowa, I am sorry. I did steal your baby Ruth when we were in 3rd grade.
Listen,
out of your lunch bag.
I can own all of it.
I did.
I can own all of it because, God damn it, I got caught.
I just stole a baby Ruth. That's all I've ever stolen out of Katrina Parker's lunch bag.
Listen, I got to
date
get
that
high.
time. This is long before my
Patsy
wife
says I'm high as fuck. I got to smoke dab. Or that new shit.
Anyway, this girl that I knew in 2nd grade, and she stole my fucking barbecue Lay's potato chips. I walk into, like I said, this is
Wait, she stole your barbecue Lay's?
Wife. But I walked into the mall, right, and she was working at one of the little shops, and I walked in there and I kind of recognized her because she moved away from our school when she was in like 4th grade. And I come walking in there, and she spoke to me, and she was like,
"There's a new shit,
Daniel, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, you remembered." She goes, "Yeah, I remembered." She goes, "You remember me?" I said, "Yeah, you stole my chips in 2nd grade."
dude.
And she took me out to dinner.
Aww.
She was like, "You remember that?" And she took me out to dinner.
Listen,
I remember.
Wait, hold on, Kenny.
I didn't get
Kenny, hold on. Daniel, were you dating Jocelyn at the time, or you weren't dating Jocelyn?
Oh, this was a decade before Jocelyn.
Yeah, there was a reason that she wanted to buy you dinner.
And I was always the guy that was too shy to make the first move. That's on me. I look back at my life, and there's a lot of opportunities I kind of probably could have had if I'd have made the move. And it's a good thing that we were drawn so hard that we both kind of made the first move. But I was never that dude. If you were waiting on me to make the first move, it was going to be a real boring night. Because, one, I was raised to have respect for women. And 2, I was a little nervous, like most kids are, So, but like Drake, that was Drake's gift. Drake could walk up to any woman and say anything to him. Now, once the ice was broken and conversation was happening, I could slip in and be the funny guy. But like, I can tell you every attempt I ever made in my life before I met my wife to just walk up and talk to a female crashed and burned horribly. Cause I'm like, would.
Now, did this girl steal your chips or did you steal her chips? Yeah, see, she was flirting with you.
Listen,
she didn't really want the chips.
This was in 2nd grade.
Yeah, that's what we do as girls, little girls. We pull your hair. Well, we don't pull your hair, but we steal your chips.
What's funny is because of something that had just happened. We had a Christmas party, and everybody drew names and exchanged gifts. And I bought this dude. I actually cut grass myself to get it. This nice little gift, and he brought me one of his used toys. And I got horrifically misunderstood because my mother always tried to tell me about such things, about people just, some people ain't got money, right? And we didn't have money. So I get it. But I said something about, I just asked where the pump was. And the dude got all beside himself, embarrassed that he gave me a used toy, and he went to the teacher and he's picking on me, and I really
No.
didn't, and I felt awful after it was all said and done. But even after talking to mom on stuff like that, I'm like, she's like, don't criticize those kind of, you don't know. I mean, you don't know. That might be the best they could do, and it's the thought that counts, right?
It's hard to tell little kids.
And what's funny is I caught. And I caught a little heat for that, and I wasn't asking. It was something I had actually been wanting. Funny enough, I just wanted the pump, and I didn't know that. I was looking through the paper looking for the pump. I was like, "Where's the pump?"
No, you weren't. You were a little kid. You didn't know.
My question is, so I told them, I told them in Discord that if I didn't get over there quick, I might show them my nuts.
I've seen your nuts, Kenny.
Well, should I get over there quick so I don't show them?
Yeah, we should probably go over there.
Listen, if you don't want to see my nuts, get in Discord right now. If you want to see them, wait 10 minutes.
Can't make any promises about
Daniel's
my
nuts are fair game today, period.
Oh, God.
Listen, what? Chestnuts roasting on an open
But then when you go
fire.
over to Discord, then they're talking about D's nuts.
Jack Fry.
And
well,
not
these
mine.
nuts are cool.
I don't know what it is.
Cool.
All right, right here, 20-1. Kenny, you're looking at Discord right now. I guess I could open it too if I really wanted to. Is Jesse in order?
Oh God, no.
We can get our nuts over there before
nuts.
him. All right, we're gonna go get our nuts over there.
Yeah.
Everybody join us in Discord.
Yeah.
Martin,
over,
I am not good, bro.
Thank y'all for coming.
Listen,
every
if
single
you
one
came,
of you.
clean up the mess and see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Dee, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
Late.
Bye.